Hey, it's Holly, and we are about a month or so away from Valentine's Day, so it's a perfect time to start thinking about decorations and crafts we can make. And the first one that came to my mind, because I know my Christmas lights bunting or garland was super popular and everybody loved it, and I had made a leaf garland for like Thanksgiving time. I don't think I did that on camera, so we'll have to wait till Thanksgiving this year, but I thought hearts. So I came up with a pattern for about a medium-sized heart and a little tiny heart and made it into a garland. So let's give it a shot. So we're going to start with the small heart, and the small heart's really easy. For both of these hearts, all you really need is a crochet hook, some yarn, and some handy-dandy scissors. Okay. The small heart is really simple. It's just 2 rounds. So first thing we want to do is make a slip knot. Make it nice and tight there. There we go. Okay. And we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we've got our chain 4 here. We'll focus on that. There we go, our little chain 4. So now we're going to start our first round. And we're going to start with 3 treble crochets in this very first stitch, this guy way down here. Okay, so to do a treble, you yarn over twice, you go into your stitch. See if I can get him in there. There he is, he's in. Okay, refocus there. You yarn over, pull through, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 on your hook. You go through 2, you'll have 3 on your hook, and you'll go through 2, and then you'll have 2 on your hook, you'll go through 2. That is a treble. And we want to put 3 of those in. So that's 1, going through, go through, go through. That's 2. 1 more treble in there. Go through 2, go through 2, go through 2. That is 3 treble crochets, and then our chain. And I just need to loosen up my yarn a little. Okay, now we're going to keep working in that same stitch, but now we're going to put in 3 double crochets. So to do a double crochet, yarn over once, go into your stitch. You see we're still working in that first, or the same stitch we put all the trebles in. Yarn over, pull through, you'll have 3 on, you go through 2, and then go through 2. That's your double. So do 2 more of those for a total of 3. So that was 1, and 2, and another one makes 3 double crochet. Okay, now we're going to put 1 treble crochet in. So to do the treble again, remember, yarn over once, yarn over twice, go right back in that hole. We're doing all of this right in that hole. Pull through, go through 2. I know it's a little hard because I have red yarn here. Go through 2 and go through 2. That is our treble. Now we are going, if you could tell, this is kind of one side of the heart. We are just going to go back again, but we're going to go in reverse. So now we're going to put in 3 double crochets into that hole. So yarn over, go through, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's 1. Go 2 and 3 double crochets. It's getting a little tight in there, but that's okay. Let me loosen up my yarn again. Now we need to put in 3 treble crochets. So yarn over once, yarn over twice, through the center, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. That's a treble. And that's 1. Now I'll do it again. And I'm not sure if you guys are picking up on the background noise, but my children are being quite active upstairs today. So sorry if that is coming through. And now I'm finishing my 3rd treble. There we go, 3 treble crochets. Now what you want to do is chain 2. So 1 and 2. And now you're going to slip stitch right back into that center. So just go down, grab, and pull it right through that stitch that was already on your hook. And kind of tighten it down. And it's kind of hard to see, especially with my hook in the way, but you've already got the, let's see if I can take my hook out for a second. You got yourself a little teeny tiny heart. So if you want a really small heart, you could stop here. But we are going to make it just a teeny bit bigger because for this bunting, it's going to just look a little better that way. So what we're going to do is chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And in our first stitch from the previous round, that's this guy right here, we're going to go right into him, and we're going to do a single crochet and a half double crochet all into that same stitch. So half double, you just pull through all 3 hoops on your hook. There we go. So now let me loosen the yarn. I don't know why when it gets down a little bit it gets a little tight, but there we go. Okay, so that was our first stitch in this round. In the next stitch, let's focus here. Oh, it's not wanting to focus. There we go. We're gonna, in this stitch right here, we're gonna put 3 half doubles. So yarn over, go through your stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over and go through all 3. That's 1, go 2, oop, got my band-aid there, 3, and now in the next stitch we want 2 half doubles. So in the very next stitch, so yarn over, go into the next stitch, and then yarn over, pull through, and then pull through all 3. That's 1 and a 2. Okay, now what you want to do is put 3 single crochets in. So just go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through both. That's 1, 2, go to the next stitch. Sorry, I had a little mess up there, but I think we're okay. I'm going to go 3. Now we want to chain 1, yarn over to put a double crochet into the next stitch, go through 2, go through 2, that's your double, chain 1 again, and in the very next stitch, which you can see the hole there, is our next stitch, we're going to start and do 3 more single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. I keep catching that band-aid. I'm sorry. 3. My finger still hurts a little from the scissor accident. All right, so now we're going back up. So in this next one, we're going to put 2 half double crochets into the next one. So 1 half double, 2 half doubles. Let me pull the yarn again. Sorry. In the next stitch, we want 3 half double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And in our next stitch, we're going to put in a half double crochet and a single crochet. Okay, now what we want to do, see our heart looks very heart-shaped now. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slip stitch back into this center. It's a little tight from all those stitches we've been doing in there, but I'll get it. So you pull it through and then pull it through the center there. And then what I like to do is tighten it down real tight and then chain 1. If I can get it, it's a little tight. Hold on, there we go, chain 1. And you can see now it's very much a heart. So now since we're going to hang this on the bunting, I like to chain for the little heart 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Before I go to chain number 8, I'm just going to snip my yarn, and I yarn over, pull through, give it a little tighten down. And there is our teeny tiny crochet heart ready to be hung. And now you can chain as many as you want, make them hang down as far as you want. So there's the little one, and now we will go on to making the medium. Okay, so now we're ready to do the medium size heart, and I switched to this blue size 5 hook instead of my orange one because the orange was kind of blending in with the yarn. So to start, all we're going to do is make a slip knot. Oh, and my knot got all kinds of messed up. There we go. Fixed it. You know how it is. Sometimes things just don't go right. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's our chain 4. And what we're going to do is in this 4th chain from the hook, this one way back here, we're going to slip stitch to kind of join and make ourselves a little circle here. So right in there. and slip through both of them. And there we go. It's kind of hard to find, but you can kind of see it right there, right in that one. That's the center. So now in the center, we're going to, first we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to count as our first double crochet. And now into that center spot, we're going to put 11 more. So we're going to find the center, go in, and put in 1. Okay, and to do a double crochet, you yarn over, go through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, that was just a little refresher there. That is our second. So you need to get to 11. So 2, 3, 4. I like to work over my tail so I don't have to like work it in later. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 more, 10, and our last one, number 11. Okay, so now what we want to do is in the top of this chain 3, right here, we just go in and we're going to slip stitch to close. There we go. So you've got your 12 double crochet into that center. Now what we're going to do is chain up 3 more, 2, 3. That counts as your first stitch. So we're going to be doing 2 stitches in every stitch around to get to a total of 24. Like I said, that one counts as your first one. So right into that same stitch right down here, right there. Go in and put in another double crochet. So that's your first 2. And then you'll go to the next stitch and you'll put in 1 and 2. And that's it. You just keep going around until you got 24 stitches. I'll meet you back here after you got 24. I'm almost back around. I just put in number 21 into that same one. I'm going to put number 22. And in this next one here, a little tight, we're going to put number 23. And right into there, number 24. Okay, so again, find the top of that chain 3. You see this little hole right there? Right there. That's where we want to go in. Just right under these guys. And slip stitch. There we go. That is the end of round 2. Now rounds 3 and 4 are the ones where it's going to start looking like a heart. Because right now, obviously, just a little red circle. So you're going to chain 1. And in the same spot where you slip stitch, this stitch right here, you're going to do a single crochet. In the next stitch, you're going to do a half double crochet and a double crochet, all in the same stitch. So half double and a double, all in that second stitch there. Okay. Now what we're going to do is in the next 4 stitches, we're going to be doing an increase, and that means 2 stitches in each one. So in 1, 2, 3, and 4, you're going to put 2 stitches in each one for a total of 8 stitches. So in your next stitch, put in numbers 1 and number 2. In the next stitch, sorry, my tail is getting in the way. In the next stitch, put in number 3 and number 4. In the next stitch, put in number 5 and number 6. And in the next stitch, number 7 and number 8. Okay, so that was 4 stitches with 2 stitches in each for a total of 8 stitches. Okay, now in the next stitch, you're going to put in a double crochet and a half double crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet, and in the next stitch, we'll do a single crochet. And now we're going to do a half double crochet in the next one and a double crochet in the next stitch after that. Okay, Now our next stitch is what's going to be our point area, and we're going to put 3 double crochets into this next stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. There we go. That is half of a heart, kind of upside down right now. So now we're just going to work backwards and repeat what we had done on the other side, but in reverse essentially. So this next one's going to be a double crochet, and then a half double crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to do 2 single crochets. So in the next stitch do 1, and in the next stitch do 1 more single crochet. And now we are back to this stitch. We're going to do a half double and a double all in the same stitch. So there's a half double crochet and a double crochet. Now we're back to the repeats. Remember, we're going to do 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4, with 2 stitches each in them. 2 double crochets, I should say, for a total 8. So in the next stitch, do numbers 1 and 2. In the next stitch, do number 3 and number 4. In the next stitch, do number 5, number 6. In the next stitch, do number 7 and number 8. There we go. We did all of our increases. Almost back to the top here. In the next stitch, what we want to do is do a double crochet and a half double. So the double crochet first this time, and then a half double crochet. In the very next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet, and then right here in the center is just a slip stitch. And that is round 3. It kind of looks like a heart, but round 4 is where it really starts looking like a heart. So we are going to, in the next stitch over, right here, we're going to slip stitch into it. And then we're going to do, in the next stitch, do a single crochet. So just go in, yarn over, oh, I got tangled there, pull through, and then pull through both hoops. That's a single. In the next stitch, we're going to just do a half double crochet. In this next stitch, we need to do a half double crochet and a double crochet all in the same stitch. So there you go, half double, and then now a double all in one stitch. Now we're back to doing some increases, but this time we're going to do 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, you're going to put 2 in each one, so you'll have a total of 12 double crochets. So in your first stitch, put in 1 and 2. In the next stitch, put in number 3 and number 4. In the next stitch, put in number 5 and number 6. In the next stitch, put number 7 and number 8. Hold on, my yarn's getting tangly, sorry. In the next stitch, put number 9 and number 10. In the next stitch, 11 and number 12. That is our increases. Okay, so now after we're done with the increases, we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. The next stitch, a half double crochet. And now we want to do 7 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now in this very next stitch is where it's going to be the center of our heart at the bottom. We're going to put 3 single crochets into the same stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And that is half of the heart. So we're going to just start working backwards now. So another 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now we do a half double crochet, and a double crochet in the next stitch. Sorry, not in the same one, in the next one. Now we're going to do our 6 increases. So in the first stitch, put 2 stitches for number 1 and number 2. Got a little caught there. In the next stitch, put number 3 and number 4. In the next stitch, put number 5, number 6. Then put 7. In the next stitch, put 7 and 8. In the next stitch, put numbers 9 and number 10. In the next stitch, number 11 and 12. Phew, okay, almost done there. Okay, in the next stitch, we need to put a double crochet and a half double. So first a double crochet, and then a half double crochet. And then in the next stitch is our last real stitch, which is just a single crochet. And then what we're going to want to do is in this next little stitch here, it's going to be really tight, so you got to kind of work it in there. We just want to slip stitch. And there we go. Let me kind of flatten it out here a little. There is our heart. Now, because this is going to be hanging from a bunting, I like on the big ones to hang a little lower, so I chain 11. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And now I'm ready to cut my string, get my little scissors out here, get myself a nice tail to work with, and then just grab it and pull through. And there you go. There is your medium size heart. Now, if you're okay with it curling up like it is or not laying flat, then you can go ahead and stop right here and just go skip to the part of the video where we attach it to the bunting. But if you want it to lay perfectly kind of flat in a heart shape, I'm now going to show you guys how to stiffen it. So just stay tuned for that. So like I said, if you're okay with your hearts kind of doing like this curling in sort of thing that the yarn is just naturally going to do, then you're fine. But I wanted my hearts to be nice and heart-shaped and nice and stiff. So to do that, you're just going to need a couple of things. You're going to need some cardboard, preferably like 2 pieces. If you have a mat kit for blocking your crochet projects, you could use that. But if you don't, some cardboard. You're going to need a bowl of water. You're going to need some pins, some Elmer's glue, and a spoon. It's really simple. You put some water in and you put some Elmer's glue in. Doesn't really matter how much. The more you put in, the stiffer your project's going to be. So it's really up to you. I like mine pretty stiff, so I'm going to put in just a couple of squeezes here. I hope this is showing up on camera how cool it looks when you squeeze Elmer's glue into water. But okay, that should be more than enough for blocking these. So then all you do is you take your spoon, and you're going to feel it real sticky on the bottom of the bowl, especially if your water's a little cooler. Warmer water helps it dissolve a little quicker, but it doesn't really matter what you use. It's fine, because a little stirring will mix it right up. I like to give it a good stir. So once you're pretty sure, and like I said, I just run my spoon across the bottom of the bowl, and as long as I don't feel in any sticky situations, I know I'm done. So just put that off to the side. And now, real simple. All you do is put your hearts in and get them wet. I'll put the little guy in. Put my big guy in here. You just let them soak up that gluey water. Now I'm going to push it to the side for a second, because now I need my cardboard and my pins. Set that like that. So all you're going to do is take, let's see, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me put it back on camera. When you take it, just squeeze it out really well. Now it goes without saying, when you're done, you're going to wash your hands. You're going to have a little bit of glue residue on it. Squeeze it out really well. And you just kind of find where you put it on your board and shape it however you want. I kind of think that looks really cute. And I like to focus my pins up at the top to really make sure I keep the heart shape. Those kind of puffy spots at the top. I definitely go with a little bit more hooks in that area. I go around one edge and then I try to go around the other side just every so few stitches. I space it out more toward the bottom, but like I said, here at the top I want to make sure to keep those puffs, or whatever they call the tops of a heart. If anybody knows, let me know down in the comments. Just put it in like that, and then, like I said, you just follow yourself or your crochet project here all the way down to the tip. Now if you have one of those kits with the T-pins and the little mats for blocking crochet projects, those are great. You don't have to deal with little needles and cardboard. But I always like to show ways to do stuff that anybody can do it. It's as simple as that. So then I'll just grab our little heart here, give it a little squeeze out real good. You don't want to squeeze out as much as you can, because the more water you leave on there, the longer he's going to take to dry. And I'm just going to shape him into a nice little heart. And just repeat. Just pin his edges all down. Now mine took about 24 hours to dry. I laid them in a nice warm room. I know it's cold here in Michigan, so the cold weather doesn't help with the drying very much. So I made sure to put it in a nice warm room and just put it up high so the kids wouldn't get anywhere near all these little pins. But my kids, they're pretty good about staying away from mommy's craft supplies, or sewing supplies in this case. And one more just to hold that area down, and there we go. It's all pinned down, all in the shape of the heart. When this dries, it will be nice and stiff and will be perfect for making into the bunting. Okay, so I already have some pre-dried and ready. I went ahead and made red, I made some light pink, and I made some hot pink. And now all you have to do is, if you're doing multicolors like me, just decide which way you want them. I believe I wanted pink, red, light pink, and then to just repeat that. So dark pink, red, light pink. I think that's cute. So what I'm going to do is stack them up in the order I want to connect them. Oops, starting with this little light pink guy. And I want my string to be the red one because it's Valentine's Day. And I got enough pink hearts. So you have to just decide how far apart you want yours. I kind of just eyed it and decided about 13 a piece. So for the beginning chain, I'm going to do 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oops, dropped it. Dropped it again. I got a little too loose that time. 14 and 15. That's just my ends to tie it off to something. And now I'm going to just attach my hearts. So to do this, before I chain my next one, I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to pull the yarn through it and then pull it through. There. That's got it hooked on there nice and well. I've got my guy knotted back there. And now I'm just going to chain 13. 1, make sure we're centered here on camera. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And now the important thing is to remember how you attach them. I attached it from the front going in this direction. That way all of my hearts will face the same direction. So now I'm going to get my big red one here. Do the exact same thing I did with that one. I just went through down a couple on the chain. Sometimes it's hard to get it through there. There we go. Got it through. I grabbed the yarn and I pulled it through. And then I chained it. There we go. And now I'm going to chain 13 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now, if you take a look at my bunting, my garland here, my guys are perfectly facing forward. I do need to tuck these little ends in, which I'll work on afterwards. No big deal. But very cute like that. So now I'm going to add one more. So I got to remember that I kept my chain this way. It's going to be the little pink one. I'm going to go through the front of it, just like I did on the other ones. Pull the yarn through, make sure I'm not twisting it, and then go ahead and chain it. And there we go. And then I just keep doing that. Keep doing 13 until I get to the end. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and after I get my last one attached, I'll let you know. Okay, so I just attached my last heart, and I'm just going to chain up 15 like I did on the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then I'm going to yarn over, pull through. I'm going to get my little scissors out here. Give it a snip. Pull it through. And there it is. Like I said, I've got a couple little tails to tuck in. But there is my bunting. Isn't that super cute? I can't wait to show you guys on a bigger angle here. I think it turned out great. Isn't this just adorable? And I really liked how stiffening the hearts, as you can tell, they're still movable. They just hold their shape a lot better. I think it's really, really cute, and I cannot wait to hang this up on the set. Turned out really, really great. I love the colors I picked. But I'd also love to see what colors you guys pick, so you can always share your photos over at our Facebook group, the Proper Pineapple Crochet group on Facebook. Don't forget about our giveaway. That's, all these prizes for the month of January. And all you have to do is watch the video that I'll link right over here, and it will give you all the information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!